The story of the boy in the box is one of the most tragic and enduring mysteries in American criminal history. Discovered in 1957, the identity of this young boy remained unknown for decades, capturing the attention of the public and law enforcement alike. This video will delve into the history of the boy in the box, exploring the discovery, investigation, theories, and the recent identification of the boy, which has finally brought some closure to this heartbreaking case. But first, subscribe to our channel for more content, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. On February 25, 1957, the lifeless body of a young boy was found in a cardboard box in a wooded area near Susquehanna Road in Philadelphia. The discovery was made by a college student named Frederick Benones, who initially mistook the boy's head for a doll. After hearing about a missing girl, he returned to the scene and alerted the police. The boy was estimated to be between 4 and 6 years old, weighing around 30 to 40 pounds, and was found naked, wrapped in a faded plaid blanket. The cardboard box had originally contained a baby bassinet sold by J.C. Penney. Upon examination, investigators noted that the boy had suffered severe abuse, with multiple bruises and signs of malnutrition. An autopsy revealed that he had been beaten to death, and his hair had been cut shortly before his death, likely to obscure his identity. The circumstances surrounding his death raised immediate concerns about potential foul play. The investigation into the boy's death was extensive and involved numerous leads and theories. Philadelphia police circulated more than 300,000 flyers featuring the boy's likeness, but no one came forward with useful information. The box and blanket provided little insight, as they were mass-produced items, and investigators struggled to trace their origins. Key pieces of evidence included a blue corduroy hat found at the scene, which led detectives to a local hat maker, Hannah Robbins. She recalled selling a similar hat to a blond man in his late 20s, but there were no records of his name or address. Despite the extensive efforts of law enforcement, including interviews with potential witnesses and leads from the public, the case quickly went cold. As months passed without any identification, the boy was buried in a potter's field in July 1957. Detectives raised funds for a proper burial, and a headstone was placed at his grave, inscribed with the words, "Heavenly Father, bless this unknown boy." This grave became a symbol of the tragedy and neglect surrounding the case, as it was the only marked grave in a burial ground typically reserved for unidentified bodies and executed prisoners. Over the years, numerous theories emerged regarding the boy's identity and the circumstances of his death. One notable theory in 1960 involved a local foster home, where a psychic led investigators to believe the boy might have been a victim of abuse. However, this lead ultimately proved unfruitful. In 2002, a woman known as M claimed that the boy had been adopted by her abusive mother. Stating that his name was Jonathan, she described a scenario in which the boy was beaten to death after vomiting, a detail that matched evidence found during the autopsy. However, investigators could not substantiate her story, and the case remained cold. Despite the lack of concrete leads, the case continued to attract attention, with forensic artists creating reconstructions of the boy's possible appearance and various media outlets covering the story over the decades. Theories ranged from the boy being a victim of a troubled family to being a child of a transient family. The case remained cold for decades until advancements in forensic technology offered new hope. In 1998, the boy was exhumed to collect DNA samples, but initial attempts to create a satisfactory DNA profile were unsuccessful. A breakthrough came in 2001 when investigators successfully obtained a usable DNA profile from the boy's remains. Despite these efforts, the case remained unsolved for many years. In 1999, the Vedic Society, a group of forensic professionals, reviewed the case and produced a bust of what they believed the boy's father might have looked like, but this did not lead to any new information. The case was profiled for a national television audience on America's Most Wanted, but no leads were discovered. In December 2022, after more than 65 years of investigation, authorities announced that the boy in the box had finally been identified as Joseph Augustus Zarelli. This breakthrough was made possible through advancements in genetic genealogy, which allowed investigators to trace his lineage and confirm his identity. The announcement brought a sense of closure to a case that had haunted Philadelphia for decades. The identification of Joseph Augustus Zarelli not only provided answers to a long-standing mystery, but also highlighted the importance of modern forensic techniques in solving cold cases. The story of the boy in the box serves as a poignant reminder of the need for vigilance in protecting vulnerable children and the enduring impact of unresolved tragedies. The case of the boy in the box has had a lasting impact on society and law enforcement. It has sparked discussions about child welfare, the importance of community vigilance, and the need for better systems to protect children from abuse. The story has also inspired various media portrayals, including documentaries, books, and articles that continue to raise awareness about child abuse and the importance of identifying and protecting vulnerable children. The case serves as a reminder of the fragility of childhood and the responsibility of society to ensure the safety and well-being of all children. The tragic fate of Joseph Augustus Zarelli has resonated with many, prompting ongoing discussions about child protection and the role of law enforcement in safeguarding the most vulnerable members of society. The history of the boy in the box is a heartbreaking tale of loss, neglect, and the relentless pursuit of justice. While the identification of Joseph Augustus Zarelli brings some resolution, the circumstances of his tragic death continue to resonate, prompting ongoing discussions about child welfare and the importance of community vigilance. The case remains a significant chapter in the history of Philadelphia, symbolizing both the fragility of childhood and the enduring quest for truth. As we reflect on the story of the boy in the box, we are reminded of the importance of compassion, awareness, and action in preventing similar tragedies in the future. The legacy of Joseph Augustus Zarelli lives on, urging us to remain vigilant in our efforts to protect the innocent and ensure that no child is ever forgotten.